Hi guys, this is Tech Pimp again, and I do bring you a lot of things like I know you guys know about the Pirates Bay, and you think I'm going to show you about that, but I'm really not. I'm showing you how to get torrents for Mac. As you can see, I have all these torrents I did as a test just to show you guys, and I researched. I did all around every different websites and stuff like that, and to show you. These are the sites that I came up with. Now, if you come here at the Pirates Bay, you will find, make sure you have a pop-up blocker because this site will open up a lot of pop-ups. So be careful. And I'll show you that in another video on how to protect yourself and how to get extensions to protect yourself. And what you could do with extensions because there's so many things you could do. But for instance, let's say you're going to get yourself, I don't know, one of the ones I have here, Adobe Muse, right? And so if you're going to be searching for this, you're going to notice you're going to, oh, damn, I spelled it wrong. Sorry, guys. Adobe Muse. Okay, there we go. All right, so once you search for it, you're going to get a whole bunch of results. Normally, what you want to do is you want to go to the upload, right, to make sure you get the latest version, then hit upload again. Now, one more time. All right, so once you're there, you're going to notice that you have the latest. This was uploaded today. It's a 2015 edition 1.2. All right, so normally what I also do is I want to make sure that this is the latest version. So what you normally do is whatever software you're going to get or you think you want to get, you go to Adobe. You go, let me help you out. All right, so you go to Muse and you put the name of the software and then you put version history. Oops, can't type today. I'm in a dark room. Sorry. All right, so here you're gonna notice you click in and you're gonna be able to see the release notes of what the latest version is. So as of right now, it's 2017. So that's not the latest version. So as you can see, the Pirates Bay is very outdated in a lot of the software that it has for Mac. And as you can see here, you have the Mac and the Windows. And when you want to do a search, you also want to choose especially for Mac. So then you hit Mac, and to narrow it even more, you could even hit applications so you don't get any music or any like other stuff, right? So now you just have applications, Mac. Oh, all right. So it's not letting me. So once I hit Mac, you notice it narrows it down. All right. So now you have it narrowed down to the ones that are here that are only Mac. But for Mac people, one of the advantages you have is it's really not viruses. The only viruses that you have are viruses that you will have and can share with friends. There is spyware, which you can be aware of, but spyware is a lot easier to remove. And like I said, if you have pop-up blockers, if you have a lot of extensions that can block these things, you'll be okay. All right, so what is nice about the Pirates Bay is that when you go inside of it, you could actually see and read comments. As here you see there's no comments. I always love to see the comments, and please people, when you have a successful download and it's working, make sure you load comments here. Normally they have it if you look at the Windows version, because Mac is not very popular in this website. You're going to notice that they do have comments, and well, this is the newer one, so let's go to an older one. Let's go, I don't know. There you go. So you have comments. Thank you so much. Muse is uploaded and it works perfectly. All right. Because here you will notice whether it's a, it could be a virus. It could be one that's not working for people. The crack is not working, or the serial, whatever they have in here. All right. So now you want to make sure that you have on your computer either a RAR or a WinZip. Now Macs usually automatically unload zip files. So you're going to need something for RAR, and you can get those at the store right here. So if you go simply to the Apple Store, right, you could do a search for RAR. I think I am using Archive. I don't remember the name of it. But here you look for RAR and you just click enter, because here it is. This is the one I'm using, and it says installed if you noticed. The Unarchiver. That's the one I use. But you could use other ones, Unrar and stuff like that. It's the most popular one, so I took that one. And usually the most popular one is the one people have more success with. All right, so once you have the unrar, because all these files are going to be in like a RAR or a zip file, you're going to need that to be able to, unpack it. So once you have all that, you're going to see that you have the version history. You're going to look it up. Here is the website I use for preference for Mac people, which it's really cool. I kind of like it. People like and share it. Make sure you share this. It's Mac Torrent. Now, for years I didn't want to give it away because it's really good website and I didn't want it to get closed. Like the Pirates Bay, gets closed sometimes, and you have to wait for them to bring it back up. But you know what? I'm okay with it. So here you look. I did a search. You could do here a search, but this website sometimes opens up a lot of things that you're gonna notice. It's gonna open up, like for instance, it can open up pop-ups, and the pop-ups won't close. So you're gonna need to know how to handle that. Even if I have this pop-up blocker, I still get it. I'm gonna click on a whole bunch of let me see, and there we go. So we're gonna get this pop-up. See if I get a pop-up. No, it didn't work. But when you do get a pop-up, the best thing to do is to just come here and go to where it says Window. Wait, hold on. Yeah, Window. It's supposed to be Windows. Here you go, Task Manager. So this is the Task Manager. That's why I have it open. So if there's a window you can't close, if there's a little tab, you just click on the tab that you don't have, and then you just click on it and close it. And that's how you're gonna handle when you get those pop-up blockers that are gonna say, "Oh, you have a virus and you can't close it, and it doesn't let you close it, and you need to force close." If you need to force close for some reason, you can always go down, scroll down, and go to here. Hold down the button so you can get the options, and I believe it's the option key. See, and that now changed to force quit by just hitting the option key. You get different options. All right, so I'm not going to close it right now. But, okay, so here you got to know where to click. This is the thing about these websites. Depending on where you click, you can get all these pop-ups. In this website, if you just click on download, it works. But once you go into the website, once you go inside, you click on this letters up on top. If you click download, it's an ad and a website and all this stuff. So you got to know what to click on these sites. So here it's right above. All right, so I'm making it big so you guys can see it right there. All right. Now, once you click on it, you're going to get a file down here, which is going to download, like for instance this. And we could do it again. I mean, there's no problem. Hit down. It's going to tell you it's going to be in a zip torrent file. So you're going to say yes. So then at this point, you just click on it. Once you click on it, you're going to get a pop-up menu. Now, a lot of this stuff, if you guys already know it, just skip to the end. You already know the site, but there's a little tips and tricks that I'm giving you guys here. For instance, once you already have the file, all right, so let me give you an example. Here I already have it. So obviously it already opened it. It's already seeding, which is one of the reasons. So after you download it, I'm using uTorrent, which I'm going to show you how to get it. I prefer the beta, but you can get whichever version you want. You just go to uTorrent. torrent.com, and right here you can download it. It should come up with the Mac version. If for some reason you're getting the Windows version, just hit other platforms, and this is also where you can get the beta version. All right, what's the difference with the beta? You're supposed to be a little bit newer stuff. That's about it, but you can really tell that the stable version is actually a newer version. If you look at it, October 22nd, and this was June 24th. So, I don't know. I guess I will update it later on, but I'm just showing you guys. Alright, so once you do all that and you have uTorrent installed, you should be able to see it in your documents, which I have here, in your applications. So, I have it all the way. I have Transmission, which is an alternative if you guys don't like uTorrent, because it has a few ads here and there asking you to buy Pro, but if you notice, the Mac version doesn't really have that much ads except for this small advertisement here. And that's about it. Alright, so testing these out, I don't even have, like, for instance, I have Muse here, which is I think it's for like website designing. That's what I was reading about here. I don't even know what it's for. I just was looking at it, and I decided I was going to try it out. Right now, remember, guys, if you're going to use this for business, if you're going to be doing something serious, you're going to definitely want to, you know, pay for this. If you guys are just just playing around like I am and trying out apps, like for instance, this is to make websites. I don't even have a website, but you just want to see what it's like to do a website. Yeah, then you're okay. That's kind of like what I'm showing you how to do this, because you're not going to pay a lot of money just to go and just try out a software and play around with it. And I know you do have a trial version, but I mean sometimes you download it, you're not thinking about it. Like 2 weeks later, you want to do it, and then by that time it already ran out, and you never even got to use it. Because the whole point is, I had, for instance, I had right now, for instance, I paid Final Cut now, but before I used to, I used to have Final Cut, and when I had it, it was like took me like a year to even learn how to use it. So I was still using, iMovie and all those that came with it. But I just wanted to learn how to use it, and I'm still not even good at it. But now that I'm using it more, I decided to pay for it. So if you are using it, guys, please pay for these things. Now, as you can see, uTorrent, the way it works is that you're, you know, pulling files from different people, bits and pieces. So now that I have all the files, people are pulling bits and pieces from me, but they're not ever going to pull the entire file. Okay, and that's why that's the way torrents work. So now you have all your files down here, and if you can see, you could click on one of them by just after it's downloaded. You could either stop it by double clicking on the right hand and then hit stop, or just pressing on the right here. You got the little loop, right? So now I have Muse, right? So what I'm going to do with Muse is I'm going to double click it, and on Archiver is unzipping it for me. And it's going to make another file. It's not going to delete this file, but it's going to make a folder with the name of the Adobe Muse or whatever the file's name is. It's going to create a folder from that file. Once that file is done, it's going to show me exactly where it is. So here it is. So now I have the crack, which I could unzip, which we could take a look at, what it looks like, right? It looks really complicated. I have another solution for this one, but sometimes the hardest thing is the crack, how to install it. With Adobe, it's probably the difficult. With Apple stuff, you don't even need anything. With most of the Apple apps, you don't really need anything, which is why I would recommend an Apple versus Windows, not only because it's easier to crack a lot of the software, but it's also less prone to viruses or any keygens or things like that. Alright, so we're going to go in here, click on it, and there's the installer. It's asking me if it's okay. I'm going to click OK. And now I've never even... Oh, okay, so that's how this installs it. It's like a cloud web install. You could have gotten these files straight from Adobe. The important thing when you download these files usually is not the app itself. So if you're having trouble or you have slow internet, you could download it directly from their website or on another computer or whatever. Like if you're at work, you don't want to go onto these sites, and you want to download it directly from Adobe, put it on a flash drive, bring it home, and then what you really want is the crack. And when you download on uTorrent, it shows you all the files you're downloading, so you can specifically take out files if you don't want them. I'll show you that, guys, a little later. I need to just choose something. Let's say we choose this one, all right? So to do that, you're going to see here, and it's going to show me a name of the files here. So here are the name of the files. Now, I usually skip hash check, which just means it's just checking the file verification that it's good. And then I also, because it takes longer, and I also put it on top because I want to see all my files that I'm downloading on the top of my query and start automatically torrent. So I usually check all of these, and if I don't want anything but the cracks, I leave only the cracks, and then I say okay, and I avoid downloading the entire thing, as you can see. Okay, so now we have that installed, which is the Muse, right? Actually, let's see where it is or what happened. Let's see if we installed it. It should be in Adobe. Hold on. Oh, man. All right, so here it is, Muse. All right, guys. So now we have Muse, for example, and I was gonna show you another one which I was doing. Each one comes with individual. So you click on these files, you extract them, you install them, and then you apply the patches. If you have trouble applying the patches, this is where you want to do it in the comments. We can walk step by step through everything. You guys let me know, and we can use this as a little forum. All right, guys? So make sure you put all the stuff, any problems, any stuff, and I want other people to contribute. I don't want to just be doing it all myself. So, guys, contribute on the comments, help other people who don't know how to install the cracks or what to do. And I will do a Windows version, but I really don't like doing it with Windows because you have to have active antiviruses. Make sure, and you get sometimes false antivirus notifications. Now I do have an antivirus because you do want to run an antivirus on all this stuff because you can infect a friend who has a Windows computer. That's one of the things that the problems that you have when you do this stuff. If you happen to capture a virus, you will be able to like email a friend a file, let's say a picture file, and all of a sudden he gets the virus on his computer, and it wasn't his fault; it was your fault. If he has an antivirus, well, maybe it catches it, and maybe he's telling you, "Yo, why are you sending me viruses?" But that's how it is. All right, so here is Adobe Photoshop Elements, which I was just testing out. So we are going to open this file up. And like as you can see, they're DMGs, so they're really easy to install, right? Some of them you double click like that, you click the install, and bam, there you go. Now, the reason why I wanted to test these out, why I downloaded a whole bunch of them, is because I wanted to show you different versions of how you install different things. Some of them you have to install with cracks, others you don't. So I don't know. See, this one doesn't show me any. You want to open up folders and stuff like that, and if you see something that says README here, usually it's the instructions on how to install it. Now see here, I don't have any README information, so I'm not going to do anything here. All right, so I'm gonna close this. I'm going to see if any of this stuff is PNG. That's just right here. When you get this, most cracks or hacks will tell you to do the trial. I normally don't even do that. What I do is I close it. I say quit. I don't want to get in it. I rather crack it before I even go inside of it. So when I used to be a lot poorer, also this is all what I live for. But I used to do Windows, and the problem with that was that maybe I would download 2 or 3 programs and it was fine, but once I downloaded that fourth, it would mess up my whole computer, and then I'd have to restore, and then I knew not to install that one. It was just a headache and a half. As you can see, my version does not have any ads because I have a lot of these extensions that blocks all this stuff from it, so it's a nice clean website. You might have a lot of things and pop-ups, so make sure you watch my episode that's coming up on extensions. All right, so here it is, Elements, and here's the crack. All right, so definitely you want to read. See here, it says here the notes, and then it gives you the instructions on how to do it. Now, I'm not going to get into this one because I don't know. I read this one, the Corel. So I already have that one installed, and it's already unzipped. We just have to look for it. The Corel. I'll just hit it again. Sometimes it's just easier. Alright, so we click on it, and there it is, the Corel DMG. Alright, I don't even know how to use this stuff. Again, Corel, it's been years since I've even heard of the name. But my point is, I just wanted to show you guys, this is all just to view. Later on, this whole computer is going to be formatted because I got a new MacBook Pro. Yeah, I'm not happy with the new one, but I need better specs. Okay, so here we're going to click on Corel Paint, and it's going to install itself. Once this installs itself, there is a guide, which you can see here. This file will not open normally. You normally click open with and then click text editor. And it won't be that easy either. I have it because I already have it as like my default. Normally you have to go through other, and then it's scroll down, choose text editor, and at that point you could read these files. But right now, once I have it in default, it's easy to open. And here you can see the description and how to install it. Now here it says that once I have it installed, I have to choose offline. Or maybe I have to be offline. We're going to figure that out. I don't usually like to go offline, but here it is. I have serial, you're going to say, right? So it's going to need this. So according to them, this is the keygen. So we're going to try to do the keygen, all right? So keygen core, just click on it. You don't even have to. Unexpected error. Okay? Now you might get these, and this is the whole point of having comments. Make sure you comment on that site because it has the same comments on it. But we're going to do open, right click, and then open. That usually gives administrator resources. But remember, we're on Sierra, so it may not be compatible with Sierra. Another thing is that you could try is unloading it, because maybe because it's on the zip, it's not really working. I wish it would have unloaded where I wanted it to, but there we go. Reopen. No, it's crashing. Alright, so as you can see, it's not going to work here. I'm going to have to do it from another MacBook that has an older version, or you could even do it on a Windows computer, and then that way you can install this application. But for now, I'm going to skip this, close it, and I'm going to show you the Adobe that I installed, how to make it work. As you can see, the trouble here is the cracks, and I'm glad that we got an issue here, because that's what I want to do. So I want to tell people down here, hey, everything worked. I installed it, but when I wanted to do the crack and it asked me for the serial keygen was not working on this version of iOS, right? So you can do it on the other software, on Mac Torrents, which I was telling you. If you click inside of the website and go all the way down, you have comments down here. Now, I don't see a lot of comments, so I hope that people start commenting on it, so that whenever we download it, we already know, oh, so if it's not working, I don't want to download it, So it does help. Trust me, I'm definitely one of the ones that comments. All right, so after that, I'm going to show you this is the one I read. It's a different application that I downloaded for activation of Adobe, and it scans everything that's Adobe and it tries to patch it. For instance, it's looking for those. Some of them are already purchased. Some other ones will tell you, oh, you need root permission. Okay. Yes, so we got to give it root, which is your password. So it's going to do it again. Now it completed. Now remember, Muse was one of the ones that was asking us for the password. So we're going to try Muse now. Now, I also do tutorials for Android, how to get free apps from Android. Although Android today and age, most of the apps are free, so you need to get the hacked versions. But you can get the hacked versions from using torrents and stuff like that. But I will give another guide for that specifically. Now, like I said, this isn't the fastest computers. You notice how long it took for this. That's why I took the time to do it on this computer, because I wanted to show you guys before I wipe it all out and I get my new PC. One downside that I noticed is that for me to sell back my Apple computers, I can't do it on Amazon, which I used to love to do, because now they require that you have the paid version of the professional seller. So here's the big test. Did that patch work? And close these out. Wow, this thing is slow. Let's close uTorrent. Get some RAM memory going. Alright, so there it is. It's open, and I don't even know what you do at this point. I guess new. I mean, think about it. If I wanted to make a website, right? I'm just gonna click OK. I don't know. If I wanted to make a website, right now at this point, I have no clue where to start here. I guess I could watch some YouTube videos and start catching up. It could take me up to a year to get to even know this application. So, do you think it's fair for me to pay for the full application when I'm just kind of using it as a tutorial application? No, right? And I'm gonna be uploading to websites and stuff like that to test it out. But that's my point. This is why we do this, because at this point I could try it, and if I ever decide to make a professional website or make a website for myself, for my channel, then at this point, yes, I will pay for this application if I use this, or if maybe I don't even like it. Maybe I end up with a different one. But that's what it's all about. So, guys, please, if you're using it, if you're making money, if you need it for school, I know maybe you guys don't have the money, but please pay for it. This is only to test it out. This is only for you to learn from the software, and once you're using it, I strongly recommend you support the developer. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any other questions, like I said, let's use this as a forum. Please write it on the comments, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.